So the title of this video is correct. I brainwashed myself into being confident. I brainwashed myself into believing that I am that girl, that I am it. And guess what happened? It worked. It worked. So honestly, I feel like I cracked the code. And when I say I cracked the code, I have the fingerprints, I have the eye scan, I have spit samples, I have everything. It's all down. It's all down to a science. I have it. And I want to share it with you because I know we've seen so many videos online of girls just doubting themselves, being hard on themselves, not loving themselves for who they are. And every time I see those kind of videos, it reminds me of me because I was those girls. I was that girl with very low self-esteem, very low self-confidence, very low self-love, like everything to do with self, I was lacking it. Because I was that girl and because I'm the girl that I am now, I feel like it is my duty to share with you exactly how I got here because I want everyone to feel this good. Like I want everyone to feel this good about themselves. So we're gonna fix your self-confidence today. We're gonna fix your self-esteem today. And I'm gonna tell you exactly how I did it as a girl who had no self-confidence, no self-esteem, none at all. So let's go. So when I tell you I brainwashed myself, that is exactly what I did. If you guys heard the phrase fake it till you make it, that is exactly what I did. Like I faked it. And then one day the light just came on. It was like a moment. And one of the ways that I faked it, words of affirmation towards myself. Like whenever we talk about dating, I know you guys have heard it, words of affirmation, like, oh, that's my love language. I love when my partner tells me nice things about me. I love when they gas me up. They tell me I'm beautiful. They tell me I'm smart. They make me feel good about myself. So if a partner can do that for you, you can do it for you.
These are the 2 affirmations that completely changed my life and self-concept. Number 1, my name is Courtney Cho and only good things happen to me. Number 2 is every day in every way I am getting better and better.
So I would legit, it sounds corny now because it is a little corny, but legit every morning when I woke up, I would stand in front of the mirror and tell myself words of affirmation. You are beautiful, you're kind, you are loved, you're a good person, you're smart, whatever it may be, whatever your insecurities are, you want to identify them and you want to give yourself the opposite of that. So if you think you're not pretty, you're gonna stand in front of that mirror every single day and you're gonna tell yourself, you're beautiful, you're beautiful, you're beautiful. And I don't think people understand the power of repetition.
If you can overthink the worst, you can overthink the best.
So Google says it takes, because I looked it up, 18 to 154 days to form a habit. That is how long it takes for something to click in your mind to the point where you just automatically think it. Like it's not anything that you have to work on anymore. You don't have to think about it. It just comes to you. So give yourself a challenge for at least 254 days. You are going to give yourself words of affirmation. You are going to love on yourself. You are going to treat yourself the way that you would treat your partner. You're going to treat yourself the way you want a partner to treat you. And you're going to mean it. You're going to look at yourself in the eye, in the face, eye to eye, and you're going to mean those words. And you know what? In the beginning, you might not mean it because I know when I started it, I didn't mean it. I felt goofy. I felt crazy. I felt like this is the corniest thing that I could be doing right now. But look at me now. It worked. Because when I look at myself in the mirror, the first things that that pops in my head, I'm like, damn girl, you're so pretty. Like, so you're so... And to tell you how bad it was in the beginning, especially when I was a teenager, there was a point that I thought I was so ugly that I would not look at myself in the mirror. I hated looking at myself in the mirror. That's how bad it was. That's how much low self-confidence that I had. That's how little I thought of myself. So again, for me to go from that to here, where I'm sitting in front of a camera and I'm actively looking at myself and I'm posting myself on social media for other people to look at me and to potentially judge me, I don't think you understand like where 180. And that's not to say there are going to be days where you feel yourself sliding back, where you feel those negative thoughts coming in. And that brings me to another thing that I did when I was on, my journey to becoming who I am, is you have to check yourself. You have to check yourself before you wreck yourself. You essentially have to be your own advocate. Even though at the time I had low self-confidence, I would have never allowed anyone to talk to me any kind of way. Like, I was very much someone who stuck up for myself. Even when I was the one bullying me, I never allowed anyone else to bully me. But I started to think, wait a minute, if I'm gonna be this hard on people and, make them respect me and why am I not respecting myself? Why am I not giving myself the same treatment? Because I'm telling everyone else they have to respect me, but I'm not telling myself I have to respect me. I'm allowing myself to talk to me any kind of way. I am allowing all the negative thoughts and feelings and, words to come from me. Like, at that point, I was my own bully. So I had to check myself. Like, let's say I was trying on new clothes. And, sometimes it happens. You try on something and it doesn't look on you like you thought it was, and I'd be like, oh, I wish I had this body, and I wish I had this, I wish I had that. So when I caught myself having any negative thoughts, I would identify it. I wouldn't ignore it. So if you have negative thoughts about yourself and you're ignoring it, you are feeding that monster. You're feeding the issue. So I didn't ignore it. I confronted the thoughts that I was having about myself. Why was I having it? Why was I feeling the way that I was feeling? And then I changed that thought. So it changed from, I wish I had more hips, to, let's buy some clothes that look good on the body that I have. Because even at that time, if I went and got surgery, right, I would have came back and found something wrong with myself, because we all know surgery does not fix anything. Before I get too deep into this video, I just want to introduce myself. For those who don't know, my name is Dar, short for Darlene. And if this is your first time watching your girl, I just want to say welcome, and I hope you stick around and subscribe. I am trying to build a community, a nation of just amazing, wonderful people, and I want you to be a part of it. And if you're coming back to your girl, I just want to say thank you so much for being so loyal. I appreciate you so much. I love you. We can go back to the video now, because surgery without confidence is only going to lead you to more surgery and more surgery and more surgery, because you're never going to be satisfied. You're always going to find something wrong with you. So instead of changing my physical self, I changed the way that I approached myself. So instead of thinking, I wish I had hips, I wish I had a butt. So I was like, okay, I'm going to change the things that I wear. I am going to wear clothes that I feel good in. I'm going to wear clothes that bring out my best features, which are my tatas. So if you see them out a lot, I am sorry. I just love my tatas, and you're gonna see them. Sorry. So the next time you have a negative thought about yourself, you're not going to ignore that thought. You're going to take control of that thought. Because that thought does not control you. Your brain does not control you. You control your brain. Your brain does what you want it to do. So if you tell your brain, I look good, I look good, I am smart, I am intelligent, I am confident, I look amazing, I am a kind person, I am a lovely person, I am a person who spreads joy and light and, everything good in the world. And because of that, everything good comes to me. It's gonna happen. I promise you it's going to happen. And again, it takes 200 and odd days to form a habit. So you're going to keep doing this 200 and so days, and on and on and on and on until it becomes who you are. Oh, can I get an amen? Amen. All right, let's move on. And another thing that I did, and I know you guys have heard of this, is the comparison. She has this, I want this. She has that, why don't I have it? Why don't I look like she does? Why does my hair not do what she does? Why? The comparison, it has to stop. I unfortunately grew up, I'm Haitian, right? And if you are Caribbean, Haitian, whatever, you might have grown up the same way, where comparison was a big part of the household. Like if your cousin got an A on a test, Your parents are going to be like, well, you know, so-and-so got an A. What are you doing? So-and-so got a scholarship to this place. What are you doing? So-and-so, what are you doing? So I grew up in a household of comparison. So it's not surprising that I grew up comparing myself to others, because I was always compared to other people as I was growing up. So me comparing myself to others that I don't even know, strangers, took root during high school, especially because during high school was when social media was really becoming a thing, where you had the Instagram baddies, and you know, you had the Instagram models and the very cute girls and da, da, da. So that, when I hit high school, is when it really took root. And for the longest time, I wouldn't do something. Okay, so for example, say if I saw a hairstyle online and then I tried to do it on myself. If it didn't look like the way that girl looked, oh, my whole day is ruined. My whole week is ruined, because why don't I look like her? Why does my hair not fall perfectly like hers does? Why is her forehead so nice and, you know, whatever, and I got this big forehead? Why does she have hips and and I'm over here looking like a little boy? Literally, the comparisons were out of this world. And because I was so busy looking at what I didn't have compared to those girls, I didn't realize what I had. I couldn't see my own beauty, because all I saw was their beauty. And because my beauty didn't look like their beauty, my beauty wasn't good. My beauty needed to change. I had to look like them. So I think that's one of the most important things that I learned, is that just because they have something doesn't mean that I'm not good. Just because they look a certain way doesn't mean I'm not pretty, I'm not beautiful, I'm not who exactly I'm supposed to be. Even to this day, I catch myself doing it, where I'll be scrolling on social media. Social media is like, bro, if you're not careful, you will fall down that rabbit hole of like that, because everyone on social media looks happy, healthy, they're beautiful, they're rich, their lives couldn't be any better, they have the perfect husband, the perfect family, you know, like everyone on social media is perfect. So if you are not careful, you're gonna find yourself falling into the rabbit hole of comparing yourself to perfection. And in this world, there is no such thing as perfection. Oh, and you know, another thing that helped me with the whole comparison thing is I started to celebrate other people for their success. So like, I don't know, if a girl comes on social media and she's like, oh my God, I just got this brand deal, I want to be the person that says, yes, I love that for you. Yes, I want you to have this success, because once again, their success does not mean that I'm a failure. And when I celebrate other people's success, I open myself up to good. And not only that, it allows me to, you know, set in the fact that other people are allowed to be pretty, beautiful, sexy, rich, successful. They're allowed to be that, and we can celebrate it without putting ourselves down. Oh, and another thing with social media is that you have to understand social media is not reality. Especially like if you're a young girl watching this video, you're a teenager, young adult, whatever. If you are a young person watching this video and you are lost in the world of social media, and you have this issue of comparing yourself to girls or things that you see on social media, I need you to understand that social media is not reality. Like, yes, these people may seem to have perfect lives and perfect houses and, you know, the perfect wardrobe, but you don't see what they don't show you. So please do not take what they are showing you as reality. You do not know what insecurities they have, what issues they have, what they're going through in their normal everyday life. You don't know. So comparing yourself to something that you just don't know is not healthy. And not only that, even if they had perfect lives, the point of this is that whether they're doing good or they're doing bad, that has nothing to do with how you're doing. How are you doing? And that is what you need to take into consideration. What are your blessings? What are the things that have come true for you? What are the positives in your life? That is what you need to focus on. Ooh, can I get an amen? Yes. What is wrong with me? Okay, so I have another, piece of the puzzle, another number in the code of what helped me build up my confidence. Getting out of my comfort zone. Doing things that make me scared. Doing things that make my heart go boom, 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 boom. That, I will say, has pushed me more than any of the things that I just told you. Because if you're someone with self-esteem issues, self-confidence issues, that most likely means that you have anxiety. Because I know it meant that I had anxiety. Because I think they go into each other a little bit. Like if you have anxiety, it can lead to self-confidence issues. If you have self-confidence issues, it can lead to anxiety. So I think they are kind of hand in hand, because I had both at some point in time. Not only did it open up a whole new world for me, but at the same time, I conditioned myself to not be scared of the unknown. Because before I started this journey of self-confidence, I hated going outside. I hated going outside. I hated public speaking. I hated being in any space where I was the center of attention, or even close to being the center of attention. I wanted to be as hidden and as closed off as possible. And anything that forced me to have to get out of my comfort zone, I would have anxiety attacks. I would not be able to sleep until it was over. I would literally not be able to breathe until it was over, shaking, everything. And it wasn't until I started to force myself to get out of my comfort zone that I saw a major difference in my life. And like, look at me now. For someone who had a fear of public speaking, even though, this isn't really public speaking. Like, I'm in my living room by myself, but I am going to post this for hopefully a lot of people to see. So for someone who had a fear of public speaking and doing anything outside of that little box I had put myself in, night and day. Like, that person and me right now are not the same person. And I love that for me. And once again, that would not have happened if I didn't force myself to get out of my comfort zone. So if there's something that brings you fear, let's say it's public speaking. If the thought of standing in front of a group of people makes you want to break out in hives or breaks you out in hives, do it. Do it right away. Go and speak to strangers. Get in their, don't get in their face. That's not, that's not smart. But, go to freaking karaoke night. Sing in front of a whole bunch of strangers. Because you know why? They're strangers at the end of the day. They're not going to remember you. And even if they do, so what? Be memorable. Attract attention. The good kind of attention. Bring positive into your life. And you never know. Maybe you'll meet someone. Maybe you'll find a friend. Maybe you'll discover a part of yourself that you didn't even know was there. I'm just saying. And while you're doing all the things that I, listed and explained, don't forget to give yourself grace. Learning to give myself grace, I think, has been the kindest thing that I have done for myself. Letting myself be okay with failing, or being okay with not being that person or this person, or having the answer to everything. And it's just, I don't think you understand how exhausting it can be trying to be a perfect person. It's exhausting. It's, it's mind numbing. It's impossible. I don't think there's anything better than being kind to yourself. Like, being kind to other people is amazing. But when you can turn that kindness inward and show yourself that love and that peace and that grace, there's no better feeling. And honestly, I think it made me a better person. Like, loving myself allowed me to be able to love other people and to show other people grace. Because when I was younger, I didn't forgive anyone. Like, if you wronged me in any capacity, you're dead to me. Like, I did not allow people to make mistakes. And maybe that's because a part of me didn't allow myself to make mistakes. I don't know what it was. But I did realize once I gave myself that grace, I also gave other people grace. Can I get an amen? So I hope whoever is watching this, you learned something. You can implement a part of this into your life. I'm a person that believes everything happens for a reason. So if you found me for a reason. So I hope you subscribe. I hope you like, comment, share, and don't forget to be kind to yourself. Don't forget to show yourself grace and to love yourself. And I will see you in the next one. Mwah.